Tony Books Avilez here at my personal training studio, The Body House, on Staten Island, 333 Sand Lane. And I want to speak really briefly about a topic that really resonates with me tremendously, because it's something that I've dealt with friends, family, and even had situations of dealing with myself. And as I speak about this is going to resonate with some of you who are listening because you've had experiences of the same type. I want to talk about depression. And depression is defined as a mood-altering condition that leads to sadness and loss of interest. So it's a mood-altering condition that leads to sadness and loss of interest. There's very few people in this great country of ours, unfortunately, who have not dealt with depression, whether they've dealt with it personally or they've dealt with it through family and friends. And the signs are very easy to pick up on. Someone decides to withdraw. They decide that they do not have the same type of interest that they've had in other things. And again, I've seen it in my family tremendously. About 10 years ago, before my son was born, I had some circumstances that led me to be in that position as well. And it's a very challenging place to be, because you really feel like there's no way of getting out of it. And you really feel it's like almost in a ladder, and the only tool that you have, it's like being in a hole, and the only tool that you have is a shovel. And you're trying to shovel your way out of it, when actually what's going on is that you're making the hole deeper and deeper. And really what you need is a ladder. Now, there have been studies, as a matter of fact, I just read a study that was printed on the Harvard Medical School website, which talked about there was, they separated, I think it was 156 men and women, and they put them into 3 groups. One group was given exercise as a means of resolving their depression. Another one was given Zoloft, the serotonin reuptake inhibitor. The other one was given antidepressant, like Zoloft, and exercise. And what they found after some weeks, I believe it was either 6 to 10 weeks, the amount I don't recall, that the results were pretty much the same. That the group that did the exercise and the group that did the antidepressant and the group that did the exercise and the antidepressant all could no longer be categorized as having major or severe depression after following these protocols. Now, what they found was the people who had the antidepressants actually came out of that depression a little bit quicker than those who just relied upon exercise. But what they did find was that the people who utilized the exercise remained out of the depression for a longer period of time, especially when they decided to undertake exercise as a part of their normal lifestyle. So the depression could be episodic and psychiatric, but it's also chemically driven. So why is it a very useful antidepressant for this condition? And it's primarily because exercise releases different chemicals. The most important ones being endorphins. For people who run, who do consistent aerobic exercise, endorphin releases is a happy hormone. That's what it is. And then there's also the hormone of norepinephrine, which is associated with adrenaline runs. So when people are depressed, they're not releasing any adrenaline. It's not circulating through their bodies. So they don't get that excitement. They have lost interest. Exercise helps to release that. And also, with proper recovery, that exercise can also be instrumental in the release of serotonin, which is the feel-good hormone. So if you're feeling depressed, or if you have anyone that you know that's feeling depressed, a great thing to do would be to help to influence that person to start to exercise. Why? It's been clinically proven to be effective towards helping to remedy that condition. Should they see a professional, or should they get medication? Quite possibly. Let the other professionals make that determination. But if you can get that person to get moving and doing some consistent exercise, you are really doing them a great favor and giving them a tremendous gift. So that's it for the medical report for today. Remember, as always, put your heart and soul in your goal, be well, and come see us at the Body House.